if you can allow the silence to enter your heart, I think something will speak to you which is much bigger than yourself. I look towards the sunset and you look up into that valley, and in our Christian tradition, this is where Kevin came to in the 6th century. And so he was seeking solitude. Now, solitude is when you are just alone, but you're taking it all in. You know, you're not just feeling isolated or feeling lonely or feeling separate, but you're feeling very connected. The old idea was that God is somewhere else. Now we're beginning to understand that God is everywhere. You know, the everywhere God and the elsewhere God. You know, the elsewhere God is somewhere else. And that has nothing much to do with us here. And this earth is something that is really just passing, and it's not of any great use, really. I don't believe that anymore. I believe that the earth is sacred. The mistake, I think, was that we put humankind at the center of everything. That everything was that's the Bible story, that's the Genesis story, that all things were created for human beings. Now, we now know that this is not good, this is not the right approach. We're all created as part of life, and all parts of life are important. And if we develop ourselves at the expense of other forms of life, then I think it's obvious that we're going to become extinct. Whatever the Bible says, you know, we will become extinct, and the Bible with us. So we do really need to try and see the bigger picture. I really do believe that we have to go beyond, you know, the ancient books. You know, they're very important, and they have been a guide to us for a long, long time. But I really do believe we have to go into kind of a more universal understanding of things. Christianity is a down-to-earth religion. You know, that at its best, it should be dealing with environmental issues. Jesus was an environmentalist. Jesus lived out his dream by walking the earth and by engaging with people and noticing things. Jesus was like that, you know. He said, look at the flowers of the field, how they grow. You know, they don't labor, they don't have to work very hard. They just come to life. Or look at the grass of the ground. It's the same thing. Look at the birds of the air. So I think he was very much into the natural world. I would be inclined to think that if you look at the life of Jesus, and that's what I think a Christian is supposed to do, you will find that it is about here, it is about this world, it's about here. He would say that spirituality is about an enthusiasm for life, a search for meaning and purpose, a love for all that is good and beautiful, a passion to create a better world, you know, a connection with the life source, with the life force, energy, God, if you want to call it God. And our ancestors believed that, and ancestors all over the world, you know, indigenous people believed that. To regard the earth as our home, our mother even, and to respect it. The people already there for thousands of years, that they had a culture and that they had a belief, that they had a relationship with the earth that was really important, that they had worked out a way of living. Yeah, it's true out here that we are all related. I'm related to these stones, that I'm sitting on. I am actually related to them. We come from the same source. It's difficult to see that when you're in an urban situation, or maybe a place where humans are kind of all grouped in together. But I think at the end of it all, if you can maybe live in love and have a sense of respect and love for those nearest to you and for everything around you, it can spread out from there. We are part of nature, and we are much more conscious now, I think, of our common identity on this earth. The story of Glendalough is from solitude to community, but I think it starts inside yourself, and this is what this place is saying. And I think this is what this place invites people to do. It invites people, first of all, into solitude, into their own hearts and into the very kind of heart of their own lives. And so that's the big part of the story, I think. The community comes then. I think if you can find yourself, and if you can find the divine presence within yourself, then you find it everywhere. But it starts within yourself. So that's the kind of the mystic understanding. And so, I mean, my idea of prayer would be to sit on that rock over there and just look and be aware of what a wonderful experience it is to be alive.